very warmest of welcomes to you indeed to match day 4 of the AFC Champions League 2023-2024 and the setting of the Markazi Stadium as FC Nasaf of Uzbekistan take on the United Arab Emirates Sharjah FC in Group B, and a very intriguing looking Group B it is too. As things currently stand, this is an absolutely crucial fixture for both of these teams because Sharjah are currently sitting at the top of the group, but it is very marginal. They are on 7 points, one ahead of FC Nasaf, the crucial game being match day 3, where at the Sharjah Stadium they beat today's opponents by a single goal to nil, scored by Kayo, who is playing today for the visitors. But this is a very difficult place to play. The conditions and the crowd will make it tough for Sharjah. When I issued you a warm welcome at the start, I was speaking euphemistically because it is absolutely belting it down. It's a reasonably chilly evening and the rain might make things a touch tricky, as will the local crowd. Sharjah manager Cosmin Olaroyo was talking about that just before the match. He said he knows the crowd will be a very key factor. He said it's almost like they've got an extra defender with the crowd there, and there will be quite some atmosphere if the home side can score early on in the game, because that will massively enhance their credentials in this group. Only the top team in the group is guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. It's a very difficult group stage to get out of, the AFC Champions League. Al-Sadd and Al-Faisali are the other two teams in the group. They are on 4 points and no points respectively, although Al-Faisali have been a very difficult side to beat for both Nasaf and Sharjah, who managed it by scoring only 1 goal. They're both teams who've had excellent form of late in cup competitions. It was a victory in the Uzbek Cup that earned FC Nasaf a place in the AFC Champions League for the 8th time. For Sharjah, last season they won the President's Cup and the League Cup after winning 2 cup competitions in 2022. It's their 5th time in the AFC Champions League. They made the quarter-finals in 2004, the round of 16 in 2021. They went out in the group stage last time, whilst FC Nasaf did go on to the knockout phase of the competition. Back in 2002, FC Nasaf made the 3rd place playoff of the old Asian Club Championship after losing 3-0 to the Samsun Suwon Blue Wings in the semi-final stage. And now the fans of the club known as the Dragons are getting ready to welcome their players out onto the pitch. And to invoke one of football's great old cliches, Sharjah had an impressive win at home, but can they do it on a cold, wet Monday night near the Afghan border? The setting of Kashi is 500 kilometres southwest of Tashkent, right in the south of Uzbekistan, a few hundred kilometres north of Afghanistan. And the name Kashi itself means fort. Though they do say that Sharjah also might come from the Iberian Peninsula Arabic word for fort as well, so free to adopt as many metaphors about strong defending as you wish to. Look at that, it really is pouring down in Kashi, in Uzbekistan. But the crowd are going to warm this place up when the players come out for match day 4 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. finest on the continent meet. The AFC Champions League, the flagship club competition in Asian football, bringing together the best football teams from one of the most diverse parts of the planet Earth. And today our home is near the Afghan border in Uzbekistan, in Kashi, in the south of the country. But these two teams are looking northwards at the top of the group stage of the AFC Champions League. In Group B, Sharjah, the visitors today, are at the top of the group. Nasaf are in second place, and in the previous match day it was a win for Sharjah at the Sharjah Stadium, 1-0 against their opponents today. Nasaf looking to return the favour and to go top of Group B. Rainy night at the Markazi Stadium. A large number of the Nasaf team have been at the club for their whole careers, including defender number 34 Sharjah Nasrullah, who scored in their 1-1 draw with Paktakor in the league a few days ago. Up front is number 99 Azizbek Amanov, who is looking for his 10th goal of the season. Mohammed Khaled Al-Hoish of Saudi Arabia is the referee. In charge of the video review system, Abdullah Rafer Al-Shafi, his fellow countryman. Captains Mabek Eshmuradov and Adel Al-Hossani. Sharjah's number 7, Kayo, scored the only goal on match day 3 when these teams met at the Sharjah Stadium. He has 13 in total in the AFC Champions League. Number 91, Musamarega, has won this trophy with Al Hilal and joined the club in September from the Saudi Giants. On the bench for Nasaf is number 10, Andres Chavez, a veteran Argentinian goalscorer who has just joined the club. Well, it's going to be very, very tough for Sharjah. They know it, they're ready for it. They're almost invigorated by it. These fans always make for quite some atmosphere at the Markazi Stadium. And we are ready to begin match day number 4 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. Welcome to match day number 4 in the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League, as the home crowd welcomes with characteristic hostility the visitors Sharjah to the Markazi Stadium. Nasaf in the dark shirts, and the gentleman you're looking at there, Sharjah Nasrullah, has been in good form lately, scored in the 1-1 draw with Paktakor in the league a few days ago. That was an away game. Golib Gaibulaev plays the ball into the corner early on. We reflect on what has been a very good start for both of these teams in the group stage of the Champions League. Sharjah at the top on 7 points. A 0-0 draw with Al Sadd, a 1-0 win against Al Faisali, and then a 1-0 win against Nasaf, their opponents today, at home at the Sharjah Stadium on match day 3. For Nasaf, a 1-0 win against Al Faisali. They beat Al Sadd 3-1, the team who held Sharjah to a goalless draw, but then they were beaten 1-0 by Sharjah. And the man who scored the goal is wearing number 7 for Sharjah in the white shirts, Caio, the Brazilian from São Paulo State. His 13th goal in the AFC Champions League, proving to be the unlucky one for Nasaf. Gaibulaev, number 8 for Sharjah is Mohamed Abdul Basit. The goalkeeper and captain, Adel Al-Hossani, playing his 34th game in the AFC Champions League, joined the club in 2017. Alibek Davronov wearing number 2 for Nasaf, one of many players in the team who've spent their whole careers at the club. It really is full of players who've come up from the youth team. There's a very strong identity to this team. They believe in longevity and in giving people time. They have in Ruzikul Berdiev, a gentleman who's been in charge of the team since 2012. It's the only job he's ever had in management, save for a caretaker spell in 2017 in charge of the national team. He's an absolute club legend. Played over 300 times. Oh, what a ball that is. We'll come back to that because this is a great opportunity and it's going to be hooked away by Firas Ben Arbi. Azizbek Amanov capitalising on the long ball early on, and Amanov has it again. Well, a good early chance for Ruzikul Berdiev's team. I was about to say he scored over 60 goals for the club during a decade-long spell. And we nearly had the first goal of the game. We might get it now as well. Nurulayev on the right flank. Osmin Olaroyu. A couple of spells he's had in this competition, more than a couple of spells. He took over in 2021. He's been in Asia since leaving Steaua Bucharest in 2007. Well, let's have a look back at this appeal for a handball that's going on against Khaled Ibrahim. It's difficult to argue with any certainty that that was something he could do a great deal about, but it is being looked at by the video assistant referee, Abdullah Ghafer Al-Shehri, who's in consultation with Mohammed Khaled Al-Hoish. So an early decision for the video review team and the referee to make. Usman Kamara coming over to have a discussion with the referee that Firas Ben Arbi was quite keen to get him to walk away from. Now then, it's going to be scrutinised. We could well have an early penalty kick here. It's a glancing blow, isn't it? You have to feel for Khaled Ibrahim, because his arm is sticking out, because he's doing that thing called running, and the arms do tend to move when you do it. It undeniably makes contact with his arm, and it undeniably changes greatly the path of the ball. And it's easy to see why there's plenty of deliberation going on here. The view is not helped by the presence of Majid Rashid. There's no doubt it makes contact with his arm. And we are going to have a penalty kick as a result. Khaled Ibrahim, the ball striking his elbow. And the referee and the video assistant referee concluding that it is a penalty kick. Well, the Sharjah players are most aggrieved about it. There'll be many who think that Khaled Ibrahim was simply moving his arms as he was running back, and the ball happened to strike him. There is no doubt that it did strike his arm. That is absolutely crystal clear. So the initial decision by Mohammed Khaled Al Hoish has been overturned after a suggestion from Abdullah Dafer Al Sheikhi that he look at it. And there will be an early penalty kick to the home team. Can the captain Adel Al Hossani get his team out of trouble? To take it with a long run up, Jabba Jigauri. Oh, what a super save from Adel Al Hossani. Great goalkeeping. The 31-year-old Georgian, unable to score his first ever AFC Champions League goal. Took a strange run up, hopped into his change of direction from a straight position. And he did rather telegraph it to Adel Al Hossani in terms of the direction. And a 34-year-old who's very experienced read it right and made what ultimately was quite a comfortable save for him. He's made almost 300 appearances in all competitions for his various clubs. The Sharjah players will feel that is a moment of justice. And the Nasaf fans will know that it is a missed opportunity. And it's rather muted large sections of the crowd just for a moment early on. Captain of Nasaf, Umarbek Eshmuradov, rejoined the club a couple of years ago from a very brief spell of Paktikor, didn't actually play for them. And there, the gentleman who was not able to convert the penalty kick. He joined the club this season from FC Kaspi in Kazakhstan. There will be a corner kick here to Nasaf. short to Abdurrahimov. Great ball in and headed home. Excellent goal. Well, that time Adel Al-Hossani made a misjudgment. Well, hang on a moment. I think that's been ruled out. And that might be of real relief to Adel Al-Hossani. Because he went for a ball that he didn't seem close to getting. It was put in by Nuraloyev. And it was, would you believe it, Chabat Jigauri again. So he's had a goal disallowed. He's missed a penalty kick. He's not having an enormously fun time at the moment, the number 70 for Nasaf. Well, if you're just joining the contest now, you've missed a lot in the first 10-11 minutes of the game. Nasaf and Sharjah meeting on match day 4 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. Video assistant referee coming into play early on in the game to overrule the, or help overrule the referee's decision, with Khalid Ibrahim being penalised for a handball in the penalty area. The penalty was saved by Adel Al-Hossani from Java Jigauri, who then had a goal disallowed for offside. Meanwhile, Sharjah, the group leaders, have barely been able to contribute to this game. The Tunisian, Firas Ben Arbi, on the ground. Another of the new signings for Sharjah this year. He had his foot trodden on. It was Sukhrob Nuralayev who did it. It's nicely played to the gentleman who's got himself back up, Ben Albi. Well, what a lot he's seen his team do in the first moments of the game. Abdurrahimov is fouled. Gebulayev. Nuraloyev. He's had a bright start. Goes all the way through to the left wing. And well defended by Ibrahim, the right back. You have to feel, don't you, for Jamba Jigauri early on in the match. He scored in the UEFA Champions League and Europa League and Conference League. But already in this match, he's twice been unable to get his first ever AFC Champions League goal. And here it is once more. It's really good reading from Al-Hossani. He sets off before the ball is struck. He's absolutely got Jigauri's number. Abdulvahid Nematov, the goalkeeper for Nasaf, just 22. Has come through the youth team. They've invested a lot into him. Jigauri. Fair challenge. Quickly touched on by Kyle. And now looking for Moussa Marega. Moussa Marega might get to it. He has got to it. Oh, what a clever touch from Moussa Marega, a Malian international, with the first attack for Sharjah. Nasaf 0, Sharjah 1. His 7th goal in the AFC Champions League. The 32-year-old who's won the trophy with Al Hilal has got a really important goal here for Sharjah. He is onside, but he's got a fraction of a second to make his decision, and that's what's so impressive about that goal. There's no opportunity to try and take it round the goalkeeper. The angle is too tight. He's got one chance. It's got to be perfect because of the presence of Eshmuradov, and it was perfect. It's a lovely finish. Well, hasn't this been an entertaining start to the match? And a most beguiling one for Nasaf. They are stunned, the fans watching in the Markazi Stadium. The drums have stopped for a moment. Majid Rashid. There's a sense of a vulnerable team here. Players and fans shocked after a missed penalty kick, a disallowed goal, a chance just before both of those, and an extremely impressive finish from an experienced Champions League winner. One of those players, Moussa Marega, who understands these sorts of games. Who is not remotely fazed by a long journey to a difficult crowd in bad weather. He knows that's how you win the AFC Champions League, is dealing with these matches. Davronov. 77 is Oybek Bozorov, another of the players who at 26 has spent his whole career at the club and has come through the youth team. Nurulayev. That's a nice idea. Wasn't far away from getting the right trajectory on that ball. And then Bahram Abdurakhimov drops to the ground, clutching his face. He does get a little bump in the face from the arm of Ousmane Kamara. It would be difficult to suggest that the Guinean was particularly malicious in what he was doing, as that's thumped by Marega. Joined the club from Al Hilal in September. Catches out Nemetov completely. Little touch from Alibek Davronov. It's neither a fabulous example of defending nor of goalkeeping, perhaps, but rather than view it in a glass half empty fashion, one must acknowledge the quality of Moussa Marega's finishing there. Khanem plays it back to Al Hossani. Miscommunication from the Sharjah players. 7 is Akmal Moscovoy. Being urged to shoot. Davronov. He's only 20, the young man who couldn't quite get that ball cleared. Marega got on the end of. And here is Nasrulayev. Amonov to chase and control, and to re-receive, and to link up with Gabelayev. Clever play that from Nasaf, and there is going to be a chance to put it in. Cleared. A nice piece of construction though from the home side. Gabelayev is fouled by Marcus Maloney, the Brazilian. I think that this was the moment where the home fans believed they were going to get to the equalising goal. I'm not sure if it was Abdul Basit or Ibrahim who got the most significant touch. I think it was the former. Then an important clearance afterwards. Around about the halfway point of the first half. Nuroloyev to deliver the in-swinging free kick. It's another delivery of promise. Majid Rashid being looked at there by some of the Nasaf fans. They thought he'd committed a foul. Oh, that's super control from Marega. What a great breakaway here for Sharjah, all because of Moussa Marega's exquisite first touch. Be careful there, Jikauri. How purposefully Sharjah recovered possession and brought the ball forwards. And then how wasted it all was. Very nice diagonal ball to Nurulayev. Loves to take people on the right wing. They are creating some useful space on the right flank, the Nasaf players. The club based in Kashi. It is about 500 kilometers southwest of Tashkent, in the south of Uzbekistan, with a large part of the population located in the east of the country. But Kashi is about 300 kilometers north of the border with Afghanistan. The whole area is now probably most well known for the natural gas industry, but going back a few hundred years for its carpet trade. Much of Uzbekistan was part of the historic Silk Road that wound its way from the very far east right the way through to Europe. Massively important trading route. this stadium, the Malakazi Stadium, built in the 1950s, also used by Navbahor. It's had quite a lot of renovation since it was initially built. The latest was about 5 years ago. Was the important intervention. Eventually was dealt with by Abdallah Khanem after Mohammed Abdul Basit deflected the shot. Nasaf yet to win the league title. They've had some successes in cup competitions, and they won the AFC Cup in 2011. Ruskul Berdiev was the assistant manager then. He took over about a year later, worked his way up from a coaching role to second in command to the boss, and certainly a foul and a yellow card here. Yeah, that's a very dangerous challenge, actually. Goodness me, it actually makes for quite unpleasant viewing the second or third time. It's verging on a flying head scissors takedown from the world of lucha libre wrestling, that. It was a painful one, I think, for the aggressor as well as the victim. And I think that Ousmane Camara is fortunate that it was really a glancing contact, because he could very easily have had a boot in the back of the head. Nasrulayev, the player who committed the foul, now back up on his feet. We have a look back at the missed penalty kick from Taba Jigari. You can see how quickly Adel Al-Hossani begins that move to his left and knows exactly what's going to happen. Controlled by Marcus Meloni. Abdul Basit all the way through with no problem at all. So we're coming up to the last 15 minutes or so of the first half, but one imagines there will be a fair few minutes of additional time. Marega. His pass just required Kamara to check his stride, but he's done well to keep going. Kamara, and blocked by Eshmuradov. Moskovoy. Goes back via a deflection to Eshmuradov, the captain. Giving chase, as is Amanov. The rain starts to feature more heavily once again. There we have confirmation of the yellow card to Shehzad Nasrullayev for that challenge. Bottled response Jigari, who plays it back, and the immediate impetus of the attack has been compromised and has all come to an end. A little disappointment there for the Nasaf fans. They thought they were in a far better position. Maybe that decision to play the ball back there brought everything grinding to a halt. Nasrullayev. Free kick to Nasaf. A little clip from Majid Rashid as he was stretching. The easiest thing to see clearly, but Jamal Jigari certainly felt a connection of some description and went down. Gabulayev decides to shoot, and the less said about it, the better, really. Very difficult sort of position to find the target. Maybe the best case scenario there is that the goalkeeper parries it and it comes loose. Look back at that challenge. What results in Shehzad Nasrullayev being given a yellow card. It seemed that Jamal Jigari was also shown a yellow card as well. It was identified shortly after the challenge, just waiting to be absolutely sure of that. Gabulayev. Hasn't the atmosphere in the Markazi Stadium changed completely? When you think what it was like before the start of the game, the early excitement, the chance for Aziz Bergamanov, who looped the ball over the goalkeeper, couldn't get it beyond the defender, and the penalty kick, then the disallowed goal, and then an absolute counter-punch, really, unexpectedly from Sharjah, though one should never be surprised when a player like Moussa Marega does something like that. Kept in play by Kamara, the young Guinean, and then rather as an issue of miscommunication with Mohamed Abdul Basit. Nasaf have had almost all of the possession. They've had most of the best chances. There's only one metric that matters, and they have failed to master that so far. Drumming starting again, the crowd getting a little more invigorated as we get close to half-time. That was a good piece of play, but the rebound doesn't favour Sherzod Nasrullayev. And it's a goal kick. Had a few nice little moments of football. And it appears that yellow card was identified early to Jabbar Jigauri was a case of misidentification. It was Sherzod Nasrullayev who was booked for the high challenge. That lunge for the high ball with his feet when Usman Kamara was the player who was fouled. And here he is, centre of a lot of the action at the moment. Sherzod Nasrullayev getting far forwards. A ball that was neither one thing nor the other. Not short enough to reach Azizbek Amanov, not long enough to reach Nurulloyev. Should Sharjah manage to hold on here, then they will enjoy an extension to their lead at the top of Group B. They will be the first team in the group to reach double figures. Very tidy from Ben Arbi. Perhaps missed his opportunity there to find Kayo, but he's won it back and he's still going. Ben Arbi thinking that the drop to the ground of Umarbek Eshmuradov was a touch on the theatrical side. That was the jump earlier from Majid Rashid. Certainly plenty of call for a foul there from the home fans. Eshmuradov didn't quite get the cushioned header right. Moscovoy. Nasrullayev was cut out nicely by Mohamed Abdul Basit. He's such an important part of the team in that holding midfield role. Joined the club in 2019 from a 5-year spell at Al Wahda. He's only ever scored one goal for Sharjah. It was in the AFC Champions League. He's a player of immense tactical discipline. And I think a lot of people feel that it's a just moment for him that he is having this extended spell as a first team regular over several years with Sharjah. He never really made his breakthrough at Al Ahly after he came through the youth team. Sliced into the air by Marcus Maloney, and did Al Hossani keep that in? It didn't look like it. Well, Sharjah putting themselves under pressure after the young Brazilians' wayward attempt to clear. The crowd comes to life in the last 5 or so minutes of this first half with a Nasaf corner kick. delivery isn't too bad. It was headed clear by Musa Marega. I think it's Hanem who's down. An immediate call from the Sharjah players for medical attention for Abdallah Hanem. He recently made his 150th appearance for the club in the league. Let's look back at it. It came in from Bozorov. Looks as though he might have taken a blow from one of his own players. Just caught him unawares. I'm not sure if it might have been Marega. Seemed to have stunned him more than anything else. They're going to have to make do without him for the restart of the game. And there's a chance here to hit this, and a wasted one. Aybek Bozorov. He scored in the 2-0 win against Metalurg about a week ago. That was his first goal in the league for 5 months. He's the only player that's found the back of the net so far in this match. Musa Marega in the 16th minute. And a player with a good record now of 16 appearances and 7 goals in the AFC Champions League. Big burst forward from Nasrulayev. Bozorov. Nasrulayev cleared, and cleared well. On to Caio. Gabulayev. Nuraloyev. He has a good in-swinging delivery, and he's been quite close to getting it spot on. Musa Marega in a state of disbelief that that was given against him. Why he's in a state of disbelief that it was given against him. Benabi, the right ball to Caio. He hasn't really been able to get hugely into the game so far, the experienced Brazilian wearing number 7. It is the nations in the AFC region that have been the absolute salvation for his career, a career that he was actually going to give up on. We move into additional time at the conclusion of this first half. It's been an interesting one. Suspects the second is going to be even more fascinating. We still have 5 minutes to play. Unsurprising that there is a fair amount of time added on after the lengthy video review process and a couple of injury breaks. That was rather aimless forward to Marega. Now it's with Abdulrahimov. Gabulaev. On the right flank, Azizbek Amanov. It will be Gabulaev to look to deliver the long throw. There is a touch on, but a touch on to nobody. It was Alibek Davronov who played it and then went down. He had a look around and has now got back up because the attack's ongoing. So I think it's safe to say he's fine. Hello. Where did you come from? Abdulvahid Nematov making a bold decision and it worked. Left wing, a chance to send the ball in here for Aybek Bozarov, and it's going to be from a set piece that it happens after Usman Kamara's foul. Yes, he certainly brings down the 26-year-old. That wasn't a bad ball again from him, this time coming in from the left wing, so the outswinger. Because Maloney finds Marega, who feels he was fouled, as he rather dragged back to his feet by Bakrom Abdurrahimov, and Marega says thanks but no thanks, I'll get up myself, it was all the same to you. I think Marega might feel that, considering he was penalised for something far lesser on Abdurrahimov, that Abdurrahimov did that to him, it should have been a foul. Good ball from Ben Arbi, almost anyway. Kayo looks around expecting a decision, and there won't be one, and there might not be another chance either for either of these teams before the half-time whistle blows. At the time it was a foul from Abdurrahimov. Time will be allowed by Mohammed Khalid Al-Hoish to take it. A most intriguing first half it's been. It started with a very good opportunity for Nasaf from Azizbek Amanov. Then they won a penalty kick after Khalid Ibrahim's handball. Jabal Jigauri denied by Adel Al-Hossani, who made an excellent save. Jigauri then had a goal ruled out for offside. And Musa Marega caught everyone out on the counter-attack, looping it over Abdulvahid Nematov. There haven't been many chances for Sharjah, but they have taken the opportunities that they have managed to fashion. As a result, the Nasaf fans are rather quiet at half-time. Their team has a lot to do in the second half at the Markazi Stadium. And it will be interesting to see whether any changes are made as a result by Ruzikul Berdiev, because he does have players like Mateus, players like Andres Chavez that he can bring on if he wants to. At half-time, it is Nasaf 1, Sharjah, or Nasaf nil, I should say, Sharjah 1.
Var mı? 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Mana shumi? Bormi, bormi? O'shami shu? Yo, bo'lmasmi? Shumi shu pirilyapti, yo bo'lmasmi? Shumi ekan, shumi? Normaldimi mana shuni? Yiqilib qolibdi-da bu. Sherzod aka eshityapsizmi? 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3 eshityapsizmi?
Substitutions being made by Nasaf at the start of the second half. Three players coming on. So we're seeing Zafar Murad Abdurrahmatov on, Javokir Sidikov and Marko Stanojevic. Sharjah players making their way back out onto the rainy pitch at the Markazi Stadium, and they lead by 1-0, courtesy of Moussa Marega's 16th minute strike. Nasaf players out quite a lot earlier. Clearly the home team keen to get on with the match. Beginning of the second half on match day 4 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. FC Nasaf in possession, but trailing at home by 1-0 against Sharjah. 3 changes made at half-time by Ruskul Berdier. Bold decision-making from the manager. He's brought on Zafar Murad Abdurrahmatov at number 8, 20-year-old been at the club since his days in the youth team. Number 9, Javokir Sidikov has also come on to make his 13th appearance in the AFC Champions League in the midfield. And we also have Marko Stanojevic, the 35-year-old Serbian wearing number 88, who has come on for his 11th appearance in the AFC Champions League. The players who have gone off: Golib Gobulayev, Bakrom Abdurrahimov and Jabba Jigauri, who was at the centre of almost everything in the first half. It was Moussa Marega scoring just after the quarter-hour mark, beating Abdulbahid Nematov. Otherwise, Nasaf have controlled the ball. They have ostensibly controlled the game. They just haven't managed to finish any of their chances. Arbi wins it back well. He's going to be so important as the game goes on if Sharjah hold on to the lead, because he will be the key counter-attacking player, as the substitute Abdurrahmatov has his first involvement. Stanojevic, 35, from Serbia, joined the club in 2020 from Irtish Pavlodar in Kazakhstan. Little clip on Majid Rashid. Stanojevic has played in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Moldova, Saudi Arabia and Greece, as well as his home country. Moscovoy moves it out to the right wing. foul given, to the frustration of the Nasaf fans, as Aziz Begamanov thought he might be in a position to be one-on-one with Adel Al-Hossani. There's a nice weight on the ball from Eshmuradov, the captain. Now at the other end of things, Eshmuradov trying to deal with the threat of Moussa Marega, as many have tried to deal with the threat of Moussa Marega in this competition, chiefly unsuccessfully. Really useful acquisition for Sharjah, especially in this competition where he has made it all the way to the final and touched the trophy as a winner with Al Hilal. Amanov. He's making only his 4th appearance in the AFC Champions League, despite being part of the Lokomotiv Tashkent squads for 4 campaigns without actually getting onto the pitch. Stanojevic to send the free kick in from deep. Instead goes for the shorter ball to Eshmuradov. Should be comfortably Kamara's, and it is. He plays it nicely too to Benarbi. Oh, Benarbi was close to getting the weighting absolutely right on the pass to Kayo, and Nematov happy to come well out to deal with the ball. Such an interesting couple of match days, match day 3 and match day 4, where you get the pairing of fixtures. So the reverse fixture happens on match day 4. It can often be the point where separation really starts to occur in the group stage. And these teams on 7 and 6 points respectively at the start of the day, with Sharjah poised to go 4 points ahead of FC Nasaf. All down to him so far. And this is how he did it. Alibek Davronov not getting enough on the ball, and then Abdulvahid Nematov being really caught out. Misjudgment by Abdullah Khanem. Amanov managing to, I was about to say managing to link up, but the link up didn't then link up himself. The door was left ajar by Abdullah Khanem's slightly wayward leap to clear it. Here's the substitute, or one of the 3, Abdul Rahmatov. No trouble for Adel Al-Hossani, who's had a very good game. He's largely been the first choice since 2017 when he left Al-Wahda. Not what you would call an ever-present, but the majority of games have been his. Kamara goes down in instalments. turned by Stanojevic. And then wildly overhitting it for Aybek Bozorov on the left wing. He knows the players well, Ruzikul Berdiev. Many of them have been with the club for a decade or so, coming up through the youth team. And he has also been with the club longer than his 11 years as manager. He's gone from a coach to an assistant manager to the man in charge, and that after spending a decade or so playing there. So he is very aware of the potential of a lot of the young players and considers them to be people who know him and the way he wants to play. And he puts a lot of faith in them, as the referee is losing patience with Adel Al-Hossani, much like the crowd in the Markazi Stadium. It's been a really frustrating start to the second half for Nasaf. It's well defended by Maloney. He joined the club in 2019 from the Palmeiras youth team. That was the goal ruled out against Jabir Jigauri for offside, as demonstrated there. One back well. Good play from Kayo. He has Kamara. Oh, he shoots instead. Not a complicated save for Nematov. And a very good opportunity to perhaps play Kamara in. The ball has been won back, but it's immaterial because play has been stopped. Kamara's got to calm himself down. Not a well-controlled challenge from Ibrahim. But he won the ball back, in his view, but just not anyone else's. Good opportunity for Sharjah there with Kayo's shot. And you wonder if perhaps a more wise move would have been to play it on the diagonal to Kamara, who had a lot of space. Davronov. Bozorov. The cross from Bozorov's an excellent one. There have been a few good deliveries, mostly from Nuruloyev on the right wing, but that was a good one from Bozorov. It enlivens the crowd a little. Bozorov has Nasrullayev on the overlap, instead goes through more centrally. Now he will use Nasrullayev to cross. Nasrullayev's cross also is good. Two well-delivered balls, and a shot coming from the substitute Abdurrahmatov. Stabbed clear by Khanem. One back by Ishmuradov. Good little spell for Nasaf. Bozorov. Nasrullayev, who was shown a yellow card in the first half. A little more pressure now being applied by Nasaf. Slightly more purposeful use of the ball to justify the amount of time for which they've held it. Here's Sidikov. Sidikov gets it back. And the fullback Ibrahim, whose handball gave Adel Al-Hossani the chance to make an impressive penalty save. As we see an impressive clearance from Nematov. Out for a gentle Monday evening stroll in the Markazi Stadium is Khalid Ibrahim, as I think many of the Sharjah players are going to be over the next half an hour every time there is a restart. Rahmatov can't quite get it back. Oh, that was well defended by Davronov, because Marega was right over his shoulder. That was mature from the 20-year-old, who, like some of the other players in the starting lineup, was born in Kashi, where the club is based. Yeah, that's a foul. And a yellow card has to be the conclusion. Alibek Davronov. Kamara fooled him there quite comfortably. Benabi. Vahid Nematov, the 22-year-old, made his 100th appearance for the club in all competitions a few days ago in their 1-1 draw with Pakhtakor. He is a well-regarded young goalkeeper in Uzbekistan, starting to make his presence felt a little with the national team. He's made 7 appearances for them. Tug of the shirt, certainly, by Salem Sultan. There have been quite a few nearly moments from these wide positions for Nasaf. And that's another of them. Ozorov. Ball back to Sidikov. The angle never favourable. Here Sidikov, scorer of 22 goals in the league for all of his various clubs. Played for Kokkan 1912, for Pakhtakor, for Lokomotiv, before joining Nasaf. That was a million miles away. Just the 1 goal so far for Nasaf, and it came this season. Or so minutes left for the home team. The changes made by Rozikul Berdiev have been successful to a degree. The chances are being created, hasn't resulted in anything to hugely test Adel Al-Hossani. Shmuradov weighing up his options. A little slip from Stanojevic didn't help there. Avronov, he was part of the team that won bronze for Uzbekistan under-23s at the Asian Games in Hangzhou last month. Oh, that's good control. Nearly was good control anyway. First bit of it was excellent. Zulayev. Ball laterally finds Nurulloyev, and he's fouled by a displeased Rashid. Really no need for that encroachment on the referee to contest the decision, or the lack of a yellow card, which is what the Nasaf players were cross about. Earlier on in the game. Another yellow card as well given. We've just come back to that because that almost in slow motion from Marcus Stanojevic drifted its way through. It definitely got a deflection. It was Ben Arbi, and it was good goalkeeping from Al-Hossani. Had to move laterally quite quickly. Shmuradov. Just a sense perhaps of the pressure on Sharjah gradually increasing. They're going through the gears rather than a 0 to 60. But they are getting better, Nasaf. What remains dangerous for Rizikul Berdiev's team is that potential that Sharjah have when they counter with someone like Ben Arbi, who's quick and also able to find a good ball, and Kamara and Marega. So it is a tight balancing act for Nasaf in terms of how much they press for this equaliser. He's another of the players who was born in Kashi. Absolutely a local player. Zulaev's ball should be claimed, and is by Al-Hossani. What an experienced performance he's delivered today in his 34th appearance in the Champions League. Running through some instructions as changes are about to happen. Kamara. Won't be a huge surprise to see Andres Chavez at some point for Nasaf. wanted the touch there from Nurulov. He wanted to go straight out to the wing. Bozorov wasn't intending to find Nurulov, and here is that aforementioned counter-attacking chance. It's Kayo going one-on-one with Eshmuradov. Justified applause from the Nasaf fans as now they will their team forwards. He nearly brought that under control, Sidikov. The flag up. And now Ben Arbi coming off. On the subject of local players, here is Majid Surur, born in Sharjah, the third largest city in the United Arab Emirates. They do say that it might come from the Arabic word sharq, meaning east, as it was the easternmost settlement in the area, just east of Dubai, but part of the big Dubai Sharjah Ajman metropolitan area. There is also some scholarship that suggests that Sharjah comes from the word shuruk, meaning sunrise, or maybe even an old Iberian Arabic word for fault, and that is what Kashi means. So there might be something linguistically uniting the place names of these settlements, as the fortress in goal for Sharjah remains Adel Al-Hossani. But the reason for Kashi being known as a place of fortresses, a place of settlements with a military presence, is that Chinggis Khan had a summer palace here. There was also a fortified palace with moats built in the 1360s in the southern part of the city. And here we go, no surprise. Real attacking changes now. And this could well work. Nasrulayev and Azizbek Omanov coming off, and on is a combination of the two great South American sporting rivals, an Argentinian and a Brazilian, Andres Chavez wearing number 10. Who has scored over 100 goals in just over 200 appearances for all of his clubs throughout a travelling career that has taken him from Banfield in his home country to the settlement of Kashi this season. Mateus joined last year from a couple of years, a couple of clubs in Israel. Brazilian, who has won trophies in Israel, Albania, Brazil and in Uzbekistan, could provide a real threat up front with Andres Chavez. So if the home team are to turn it around, they will do it with those players, almost certainly. Because they are fine attacking forces. Oh, that's obviously a tug on the shirt by Mohammed Abdul Basit. Correct decision to issue him with a yellow card. No attempt whatsoever to fairly play the ball. Just pulls back Aybek Bozorov. Stanojevic. Oh dear. He's not happy about that, is Andres Chavez. quickly the time is elapsing in this second half. I think that Sharjah are being very effective in how they are making the game very staccato. And the decision to bring on Majid Surur in place of Firas Ben Arbi, a consolidating one. Times in the league in the new campaign, both as a late substitute. Nuraliyev on the left wing now. Davronov, Eshmuradov as they work the ball across to the other flank. Moscovoy. Has had an exemplary game, Adel Al-Hossani. Nuraliyev has to drop quite deep. Davronov, one of the many players in the squad who played in that AFC Cup campaign for Nasaf a couple of years ago that saw them make the final. It really is a lovely competition in which you can enjoy some very diverse footballing teams, the AFC Cup. Kamara has played in the African Confederation Cup, governed by CAF. Salem Sultan takes the free kick. Over here, Sidikov brings it under control. And now try to get forward. Muradov clearly in the mood to go long. Asking a lot of Nuraliyev, but he did well. Less successful was Aybek Bozorov. Marega, still the only goal coming from him. Hasn't seen a great deal of the ball, actually, since that goal. It doesn't really matter if it is the goal that decides the game. That's what he is there to do, be efficient with the chances he gets. Played by Stanojevic. Now here's the substitute, Mateus. First time we've really seen him get into a decent position. Let it run away from him and then lunged into Mohamed Abdul Basit. I think he might have made the case there to the referee that he felt he was clipped by Majid Surur. Certainly, Rizikul Berdiev has been proactive with his changes. He could not be accused of delaying them. Making 3 at half-time. Mateus. Is Chavez onside? No, he's not. The yellow card to Abdallah Khanem. As a result of that, the free kick is the decision. So it will be Javohir Sidikov to take it. And his ball was looking for the captain, Ishmuradov, with the back post. Thumped into Otorov. He didn't seem to particularly care for the hand that was extended. And his own hand was extended earlier on in the game when the referee decided that he'd committed a handball and gave Nasaf a chance to take the lead, which they spurned. Marega happy to hold it. Quite far forward there, the right back Ibrahim. Just over 10 minutes, factoring in the additional time that will be played. There haven't been a huge number of stoppages in play in the second half. Now it is with Abdurrahmatov. Abdurrahmatov looking for Mateus! And he found him as Mateus then found the back of the net. The big attacking changes by Ruzikel Berdiev have worked. It's Nasaf 1, Sharjah 1. What a wonderful header from Mateus, the man from Minas Gerais in Brazil. It is his first ever goal in the AFC Champions League. But well done to Zafar Murad Abdurrahmatov for the quality of this delivery. Didn't he deliver that beautifully, and didn't he finish it beautifully? Well done to the young man, the youth team player. That's maturity from the 20-year-old and real technical skill. It's a pretty perfect delivery, and the veteran appreciating it. Now, the Markazi Stadium has an almighty atmosphere to it. There's a little consternation in the aftermath of the goal. Salem Sultan, who is down and seems to be in a bit of trouble. It looks as though 2 changes are going to be made by Cosmin Olaroyu as well, and yeah, there's an indication there that Salem Sultan, unfortunately, is not able to continue. Mateos getting his 5th goal for the club. Now, there is a review in progress here. A possible red card, and it is in the aftermath of the goal by the looks of things. Well, it is the behaviour of Adel Al-Hossani, because he's got his arm up and he pushes Sukhrab Nurloyev. Why on earth he's done that, only he will know. This is really serious. Oh dear, 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 dear. The goalkeeper, the captain, who's had a fantastic game, in a moment of foolishness has found himself sent off. He put his hand up on the face of Sukhrab Nurloyev, he pushed him, and he absolutely has to be sent off. What can he possibly challenge? How can he be aggrieved? He raised his left hand, put it on the face of Sukhrab Nurloyev, and he pushed him. And he now, as the captain, has lost his cool. How quickly everything can change in sports. He was playing fantastically, he was looking unbeatable, he was beaten, and now he has been made to leave. Why do it? Why raise your hand? Oh dear, 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 it's not a good thing to see, is it, when a player has to physically restrain their own captain. Manega says to Adel Al-Hossani, you need to just go now. Well, suddenly Nasaf have got a chance to win this game. He still won't leave. Two goalkeepers on the substitutes bench for Sharjah. Khaled Tawhid and Darwish bin Habib. Well, he can shake his head ad infinitum, but he has been sent off. And now Moussa Marega is having to step in and actually convince his own captain to go. Great surprise that it's going to be Darwish bin Habib, who is the replacement, the 28-year-old. He's made just one appearance in the league this season. So we're going to see Abdelaziz Al-Kabi, the defender, coming on, full-back. Moussa Marega is the player who is going off. Darwish bin Habib coming on. We're also seeing Abdelaziz Al-Kabi. We'll just get full confirmation on those replacements in a moment. Well, 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 what an extraordinary phase of play. Musa Marega is the outfielder taken off for Darwish bin Habib to come on. Sharjah reduced to 10 players. Let us just take stock of it all. The equaliser from Mateus after Zafar Murad Abdurrahmatov's outstanding cross. Following that, Adel Al-Hassani, the captain, the goalkeeper for Sharjah, given a red card for violent conduct, raising his left hand to the face of Shukrob Nuralayev and pushing him. And I think that was originally a yellow card that was upgraded. Advantage now absolutely to Nasaf. Here is Mateus, touches it on well to Andres Chavez. And he is challenged well by Majid Surur. There is Abdelaziz Al-Kabi, who has replaced Salem Sultan. One defender for another. Sultan, the injured player. Early test moments after coming on for Darwish bin Habib. 10 additional minutes to be played. Put in by Nuralayev. And a foul. Sharjah were getting very close to being on 10 points, and Nasaf remaining on 6. As things stand, it will be 8 and 7. So Sharjah will remain at the top of the group, unless, of course, Ruzikul Berdiev's players, with the roar of the crowd at the Markazi Stadium, can find a winning goal against a Sharjah team reduced by 1. Oh, it was a good idea there from Chavez. Touch it on to Mateus. Doesn't play a lot, Darwish bin Habib. Did play in the 2-0 win against the Basundara Kings in August. It's just his 3rd appearance ever in the AFC Champions League. Oh, we now have just had a red card to Alibek Davronov. His 2nd yellow card. And that's why, oh, it's a wild challenge, isn't it? And that advantage that Nasaf were enjoying has lasted only a matter of a few minutes. Meanwhile, we remind ourselves of the equalising goal, almost forgotten after the events after it, and then was such silliness afterwards, but it's that behaviour from Adel Al-Hassani. The event was over. The referee had separated the players. He'd removed Shukrob Nuralayev from Al-Hassani. Al-Hassani actually walked back and re-involved himself. And at 34, and as the captain of the team, one would rather critically have to say he ought to know better. And probably once he's calmed down he will. Oh, mistake there, Kamara. He's brought down right on the edge of the area. That may well get to look to make sure that it was indeed outside. Let's have another look at it. She seems to be that it was Stanojevic rather than Moscovoy committing the foul. It seemed outside of the area. That red card for Alibek Davronov has changed the dynamic of a match that Sharjah seemed to have been given control of by Al Hossani's loss of temper. And his impact almost immediate. Now it may well be Abdulvahid Nematov, the young goalkeeper, who comes under some pressure from this free-kick opportunity for Sharjah. And the wall serving its purpose. Kayo knows that he wasn't far away from lofting that over them. The trajectory was looking pretty good. Maloney. Now that's kept from being a corner kick. Bin Habib to Surur. Nematov forced to rush that clearance, but it's worked out okay. Sidikov. Mateus, he has on the wing Nuraloyev, and he's overhit that ball, but Nuraloyev, oh, nearly. So nearly kept that in. That was probably played with about 10% too much mustard by Mateus. Maybe he played it a fraction late as well, because Shukhrov Nuraloyev timed to run very well through the left wing. Marcus Meloni goes back to Ibrahim. Oh, the goalkeeper flags up anyway. That bounce was not too pleasant for him. It just seemed to sit up a bit. Was indeed offside against Kamara. One imagines for Sharjah this is a much more desirable outcome than for Nasaf. And had Davronov not been given a red card, or second yellow card, for what was a completely needless jump into the back of a Sharjah player, then they would likely, Nasaf, have been able to continue pressurising Darwish bin Habib, controlling the game, and maybe finding a winning goal. But for Sharjah to come out of this two-game series with Nasaf on 4 points will do quite nicely. And now what what will be important is to see what Sharjah can do against Al Sadd, because they were held to a goalless draw the first time they met in the group stage, whereas Nasaf managed to win that game 3-1. So here are the last changes for Sharjah. On the right, Sebastian Tagliabue, the 38-year-old, born in Argentina but national team player for the United Arab Emirates. He's going to come on. Usman Kamara taking his time. Also departing is Mohamed Abdul Basit, and we're going to see Khalid Bawazir to come on, the 28-year-old midfielder. He makes his 15th appearance in the Champions League. He makes his 41st. Manages to let it go behind. Certainly a threat to get a winning goal, Sebastian Tagliabue. Mateus loses out in the air. They've won the second ball here, Nasaf. It's well cleared. And we're running out of time here for either of these sides to win the game, and what has been a most eventful one. And Nasaf snatch it at the last. Mateus misses it, they all miss it. And it's hooked away. Ashmuradov calmly plays it back, and we're at the conclusion of what has been truly an action-packed contest. 2 red cards, one to Adel Al-Hossani, who was playing superbly until that moment, and one to Alibek Davronov, just as Nasaf seemed to have got themselves in a position of control. They missed a penalty kick early on, and were punished by Moussa Marega, who scored in the 16th minute of the match. And then, as we reached the closing stages, the substitute Mateus scoring a very well-placed headed goal from Safarmurod Abdurrahmatov's cross, drawing Nasaf level. And those 2 red cards meaning that neither side was able to capitalise right at the end. For Sharjah, it's a very useful point because they managed to get 4 points in this sequence of fixtures with Nasaf. Nasaf now playing catch-up with the team that's above them in Group B. At full time at the Markazi Stadium, it finishes Nasaf 1, Sharjah 1.